So welcome back to the Pach-Attack. From the forums, we got a question from TT Twister. Hi, Mr. Packer. With the next-gen console strategy targeted for a 10-year run, but the hardware and the consoles themselves equaling that of current mid-range PCs, do you see more mainstream PCs migrating to the family lounge in 5 years as the hardware becomes more superior than the consoles? Sure. I think that the actual hook for PC is to get a bridge that lets you control your PC with some simple controller and have it display on your TV. That's coming. I mean, what cracks me up is all these guys like GameStick and Ouya, they're doing mobile. They're trying to bring in games from the mobile band and play it on your TV. I don't know why somebody doesn't just make a box that just is essentially a router and it connects to your TV and talks to your PC and you can play a PC game on your TV. The reason they haven't done it yet is, and this is a dirty little secret because I know that all PC gamers think I've never played one. PC games require a keyboard and a mouse, and you guys act like you invented the frickin' keyboard and the mouse, like some Mr. QWERTY didn't exist until you got your first PC game. Look, you guys have to get with the 21st century and learn how to play a game with a game controller. And since you're never going to give up your keyboard and mouse, you must be a cramped little dweeb sitting in a dark room with your eyes 6 inches from a 22-inch screen, playing your vastly superior PC game, rather than the guy playing on a 60-inch screen, sitting in a really comfy couch with a straw to the little hat above his head full of beer. So until you get a good controller that PC gamers will embrace, and until you get a little router attached to your TV that lets you play the PC game on your TV with a controller, I think consoles will be fine. And it's going to require a lot of PC software support. The reason you don't get that much PC software support is PC games get ripped off. They're really easy to copy, and they're really easy to defeat the anti-piracy controls. So people will buy one game and copy it many, many times. And I think the publishers just can't stand that. They don't get paid for their IP. So the publishers are anti-PC. I know that all PC gamers think I am too, but I just am acknowledging that publishers don't support the platform. And average PC game sale prices are significantly lower than average console prices. So people don't want to spend $50, $100 million bucks making a game and then have it get ripped off. So I don't think that's going to happen, but you're right. Someday someone's going to figure that out. If all the Ouya and GameStick, budgets had gone toward making that router, I think we might have a different story with this console launch. Okay, question from the forums from Jug. Why is Majesco trying to get into real money gambling at the same time as Zynga under Mattrick is bailing out of it? What attracts these publishers to the market in the first place? That is seriously a good question. I think that Majesco sees an opportunity to make a modest profit on their $3.5 to $4.5 million investment. So I think Majesco would be perfectly happy if they generated $2 or $3 or $4 million a year in revenue. And I think that with a company that's Majesco's size and scale can partner with someone, can make the right kind of slot game and maybe get a modest hit, which will make $3 or $4 or $5 million bucks a year. It's only going to take 100,000 paying, players for them to make that kind of money. So it's really not that hard to get 30 bucks, a year out of a player. So 100,000 people paying 30 bucks a year, $3 million bucks. Zynga, on the other hand, is about whatever 10 times the size of Majesco, and they can't justify making the investment to generate 3 or 4 million in revenue. They need to spend 100 million bucks to try to generate 300 million in revenue. And I think Mattrick looked at it and said, we're not really great at our core business, and let's get that right before we try to do something new. So I think that's the main reason that they bailed out. Forgot to forward my phone. Okay, you got it on one. So I think Mattrick said, let's get good at what our core business is, which is social games, and maybe let's be even better at all free-to-play games, mobile, casual, player versus player, and puzzle, those kinds of games. And I think Majesco is saying, hey, let's do something small, and if we have a modest success, it's worth the investment. So it actually is consistent that Majesco would be getting in and Zynga would be getting out because of scale. You know, Majesco, a modest success will be good for them, and Zynga, a modest success would just distract them from where their core business is headed, and they've got to keep their core business from deteriorating. From Twitter, we have a question from @FreedX100 or FriedX100. Why doesn't Activision sell Guitar Hero games digitally now? And then you added the hashtag, no brainer. That's freaking brilliant. Okay, enough said. I repeated your question. I'm sure it's gonna happen. I guess the answer is because nobody plays Guitar Hero anymore. Is that good enough? Nobody cares. Do you still play it? I actually tossed my guitar broke. My drum kit broke. I think we had all these random pieces that plugged into different consoles that we couldn't figure out. I just got rid of all of them. I just threw all this stuff in a bag and gave all this stuff away to some family on my block with 3 kids under 6 years old, and they'll figure it out. So no, nobody plays Guitar Hero anymore, so it's a no-brainer to offer anything digitally because it doesn't cost anything. You're right, but if nobody buys it, who cares? So the rhetorical question is, if Activision offers Guitar Hero digitally and nobody buys it, should they have done so in the first place? No. And all right, fellow babies, thanks for joining us once again on this week's edition of Pach-Attack. If you have a question for me, you can submit it to the link below. If you'd like to ask me a question on Twitter, send it to @MichaelPachter, copy @GameTrailers, and apply the hashtag AskPac. And we will answer every question we can get to. I will send you a direct message and answer your question directly if you follow me on Twitter @MichaelPachter. Thanks very much for joining us. Oh, this is a funny one. Can I say this on camera? TT Twister?
Easily, yeah.
No, I can't say that fast.
Yeah, I get it.
I don't say, that's a bad one. How did you, this is a Game Trailer's name. How did you guys let this guy have that name? That's got sexual connotation. TT Twister. If you'd like to follow more of our stuff on Game Trailers, we have links to YouTube on the side of the screen. I'm not sure which side, but one of those sides. Maybe
it's at
that
my house.
side. Just a guess.
Okay, where is that?
I had to think about it. I can't remember where they are, right or left.
Oh, you nailed it. Yeah.
Yeah, I had to think about the picture.